What is good, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Comic Man Andy. This is the Comic Dojo, and it's New Comic Book Day Wednesday, and most of the Marvel books got damaged. Ooh, buckle up. Once again, welcome back, everybody. It's great to see y'all. It's another New Comic Book Day Wednesday. I hope you guys are as excited about New Comic Book Day as I am, because you guys are in the right place. But man, it's been a tough day. Like we said, most of the Marvel books were damaged, which hoping it wouldn't hit home, hoping it wouldn't hit close to home, but it did this week. It did. So we're going to get into that. It's a nice, this could have been like a $25 pull week if it wasn't for variants. I did it to myself again. Picking up too many variants, kind of being the completionist collector that I am. Man, I'm going to have to reevaluate that again because, God, that's a lot of books. That's a lot of books that are the same guts. Books with the same guts, really. But let's get into this chat, see who's here hanging out tonight. Welcome, everybody, again to the Comic Dojo. We're going to go over the books. This week's cover picks, this week read of the week, and then we're going to go over a couple of announcements. Hint, hint, Motor City Comic Con this week. And then we'll go through the books one more time for anybody showing up a little bit later on. And then we'll wrap it up. Nice, neat little show, right? How is everybody? We had tailgaters hanging out. M3 Lines, good to see you, man. Welcome to the Comic Dojo. Paul Dunn is in the chat. Ayo. Once again, thank you so much, Paul Dunn, for that incredible AOK that I don't have loaded up right now, but I'm going to load that up on the fly, and we're going to talk about that in the announcements. That AOK is absolutely stunning. Can't wait to share that with everybody, especially unboxing it when it comes in. Luke's Comics, Station Comic people. What is up, Luke? Good to see you, man. Hopefully that package arrives to you safe and sound here soon. Once again, my apologies for not realizing Monday was a federal holiday and we wouldn't be able to ship anything out on Monday. Come on, Mama. Happy New Comic Book Day. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Shinobi Fufu. Yes, again, your package should be on the way, out of the way, coming around the way. Should be there soon. Soon, hopefully. Steve White, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here, brother. Good evening, all, and happy New Comic Book Day. It's an exciting day, Wednesday, right? Absolutely. Zuni's in the house. A little fist bump action for Zuni. Good to see you, man. House of L Comics, Don Davis. Hi, Andy. Let me guess. No DC. No DC. I did stop and take a look at it. Batman, right? That we'll talk about that. Man, I should have probably grabbed that. I think it was Batman Imposter. Had Sorrento Interiors. And I heard a couple of guys at the shop talking about it, and now I kind of regret not getting that because they said the art was fantastic in that book. You see what those pints are selling for, or those prints? No, I did not. Let's talk about that too, because I kind of heard a little bit. So we were talking about that on Simpleman's Comics Weekly, Comic News Weekly last night. Andy from the Indie Spotlight was looking them up, and he said some of those things are asking prices like $150 or more. Holy moly. Peter Parker's Pants, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Hello, he said, and good gravy. Paul Dunn says those prints are going for $200 and more now. I wonder how many of those exist. Probably quite a few. I don't think he ran out. There's probably more available somewhere. But what are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to dive into the books here? Before we dive into the books, everybody watching this on the rewind, please leave a comment down below. I want to know what your pick of the week is and what your read of the week was as far as, well, your pick of the week. Good gravy. It's Monday 3.0. I really want to know what your read of the week is and what your cover pick of the week is to help expand my reading horizons and everybody else that's here hanging out as well. Kind of want to know what you guys are reading, what you're really into. And we're going to go over those here in just a second. Man, everybody in the chat, everybody live in the chat, share your picks of the week. If you haven't picked up your books, this is a spoiler-free kind of a review. We're not going to spoil them for you. I know a lot of you guys hang out here on Wednesday nights, usually pick up your books on Thursday or Friday. But like we said, no DC books, unfortunately. Probably going to have to go back for that Batman Imposter. But you know what we did pick up that we haven't picked up in a long time? We picked... Andy, what are you doing? We picked up X-Men number 4 for the stellar Headsman. You guys are in for a treat tonight because apparently I am not able to English right now. This awesome Headless Horseman copy. X-Men 4. This is just cover A. Super cool. It's like Cyclops' head. It was just super cool. Haven't been reading X-Men because this cover was so dope. I wanted to pick it up. Lo and behold, though, like we said, Penguin damaged almost all of the Marvel books that went to my shop. Almost all of them were damaged. I wish the owner had pictures that I could share. And I wish I had, authorization or been given the go ahead and go right to share some pictures and talk about their story a little bit more. But this was probably the cleanest copy I could find. And I'm hoping this could make like 9.4 or 9.6 after a clean and a press. Every copy on the shelf, corners were crunched. Damaged. But I still wanted the cover, right? I mean, Halloween's coming up. It's October. This is probably one of the coolest X-Men covers I've seen in however long I can remember in the fast few months. I'm trying to talk too fast. The last few months. So I wanted to grab it at least for that. And then maybe dip back into X-Men and see what's going on there. Steve White picked up 18 books and only 2 variants. It's tough to cut down on those cool variants. Yes. Because we'll talk a little bit about that too. Some of the books that I'm picking up right now, I think people are kind of tired of and not ordering. So I feel like some variants might be under ordered going forward. And then you want to throw in the Penguin issues right now with the shipping damages. He who fights with monsters is fire. That is good to hear. I've been hearing good things. And the crazy thing is I didn't see that at my LCS anywhere. So either they didn't order a whole lot and they ran out, or I wasn't looking hard enough. Either way, it's possible. And that's what I love about this new Comic Book Day Wednesday hangout show with all of you guys is once I've gone through the LCS, picked up my stuff and looked over the shelves, I come back here and take notes with you guys, be like, okay, these guys are seriously telling me that I screwed up big time by skipping this read. There's plenty of reads that I've gone back for because you guys really told me I should, especially Don Davis with DC. There's DC stuff that I go back and read that I don't talk about on air because I just, it's just kind of one of those things you get into it, you dive into it, you read, and you're thankful that you did. So I'm greatly appreciative of all you hanging out every week, talking about these reads. That was it for X-Men for Marvel there. We roll right on to more Marvel here. And still some sad news here. War of the Bounty Hunters number 5 is out. I got about halfway through the book and got tied up with dad duty. I'm going to finish reading this. It seems to be par for the course for the Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters series. Not really stellar, not like galaxy exploding exciting, but a fun jaunt through the Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters kind of storyline. I digress. I don't want to spoil too much. I don't want to undersell it to a degree either. If you're buying Star Wars stuff and you're a completionist collector, you're going to end up reading this. You're going to end up enjoying this. But this cover A, it's pretty nice, right? We're going to go through certain levels of fire when it comes to covers this week with this series because like I said, this week could have been like a $25 or $30 pull week. It was because of Star Wars this week that it was like over $100. And instead of putting books back or taking them off my pull list, I kept them coming. So Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters, cover A is up. We got more people rolling into the chat. What is up, Joshua Harrison? Good to see you. Thanks for being here, man. Come on, Mama's still in the house. We've got Luke's Comics talking to Peter Parker's fans. Absolutely. Come on, Mama says, I like that little series. Absolutely. So we're moving into variants already. Instantly into variants. And variants are going to be pretty much the topic for the next like 10 minutes, really. War of the Bounty Hunters variant, black and white. Okay, but why? And then why did I buy it? Like I said, I'm trying to be a completionist collector. I mean, once I get through these, if I don't decide to grade them, if they're being given away or if they're being sold, it'd be easier to do it in a set to have another collector just, pick up a full set. It's not bad as a black and white cover. Might be kind of cool for a remark or a signature. But moving right along again, variant edition. And I wish I would have had an order for these, whether it's cover A, B, C, or D. This was actually kind of cool. At first glance, I didn't really realize what was happening here, but this is kind of like the back of a trading card for Boba Fett with his stats and a bio a bit. I mean, that's kind of neat. That's a different departure for what they've done with the trading card variants. So it was kind of neat to get one on the backside. So maybe they're going to do more of these so that you get a front and a back. which is actually kind of neat. At the end of the day, do I really need to buy all of these? Still asking myself that question. It's actually not a bad looking cover though for what it is. And then, like I said, we're going through different levels of heat when it comes to variants this week. I hope you guys brought a warm blanket because this one's going to cool you right off. The action figure variant, they've been pretty decent so far, but this one is just kind of something about this one just doesn't like the action figure just doesn't look great on there. I'm not sure why. Not sure why. It just either way, there it is for the set. We're gonna move right along into the one of the covers that I was really excited for. Michael, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Luke says he's purchased all old books today. Oh, really? Brandon Looney Tunes fan 2000. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. He says hello, everybody. Happy new comic book day, man. Good to see you, and thanks for being here in the chat. One of the covers that I was really excited for this week was the 50th Lucasfilm, the Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters, with Ahsoka and Anakin on the front. Now, originally, when I first saw the artwork for this online, there was no gold border, and I didn't read the fine print to see that it was the 50th. So I was starting to think that, oh my God, they're going to do a separate variant, and this is going to be absolutely stellar. Not often Anakin and Ahsoka are on the cover, same cover of a book, and it's done fairly well with the purple background. I really like it. We talked about this a little bit on It's Drunken Chat this past Friday with Mighty Melvy and a number of other friends and hangouts and groups. And the consensus was that the gold border was going to kind of take away from the book. I think it's not too bad. I like it. And I think it's definitely worth throwing in a slab. And, you know, when that Ahsoka conversation starts to peak up again and we really get solidified news of a show, I think this is going to be a great Ahsoka cover to have. Why do I think it's going to be one that's going to, people are going to be searching for is how many shops and people are ordering large quantities of Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters #5 right now? How many? It's not a book that's heavily ordered. People have kind of trailed off on this series. My shop had quite a few of these, actually. I think probably like 7 or 8 I saw on the shelf, and that was at the tail end of the day, so maybe some more of those sold. But this is still a pretty stellar cover. I know a few online retailers did sell out of this. In fact, I ran into one of those where I was going to buy a couple extra copies and it was sold out. But I like it. Even with the gold border, I think it's still going to look good in a slab. I kind of wish that there was a virgin variant of this, like a straight up virgin variant of this with nothing on there, just the purple background. That would be pretty fire. So that's not my cover pick of the week because the gold border was on there, and that happens. But my cover pick of the week, oh man, probably one of the best Boba Fett covers to drop in a long time. And this isn't even a ratio variant. It's not a 1 in 10. It's not a 1 in 10. It's not 125 as far as I know. I think it's just listed as the variant for the artist. And I can't quite recall. But this is a dope Boba Fett cover. This is seriously a really good Boba Fett cover. This is my cover pick of the week. And what's going to be crazy is the next one I'm going to show you. Some of you guys are probably going to think it's better than this one. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was kind of torn. I went with that one. But this one was also, this is the 1 in 50 McNiven variant. This 1 in 50 McNiven variant is absolute fire with Boba Fett just leaning on Han Solo's carbonite case. And that's super cool. I'm really digging this variant. This is going to look really good slabbed. I'm really digging this also because the artist took the painstaking time to do Boba Fett's armor and uniform, much like the original series, original movies. So it's kind of like an OG look at Boba Fett, and it's not the newer look of Boba Fett. And I like that older look of Boba Fett better, in my opinion. But that's just me. So those are two of the best covers out this week, in my opinion. That 1 in 50 McNiven variant, and then that variant cover for Boba Fett, which I wish I knew who the artist was on that. That is stellar. That is a stellar cover. So that's War of the Bounty Hunters right there. That took up a big chunk of the pull list. It really did. But then we're still on Marvel. We're still on Star Wars. The High Republic Trail of Shadows is out. And this is one of the, I didn't know they were dropping this. I pretty much have with my LCS just kind of in my pull list to pull all Star Wars, all covers, all copies, all printings, just because I just don't want to miss out anything leading into this fall. And don't forget that Disney Investors Day is coming up too. So God only knows what's going to happen with some Star Wars books this fall. But so that dropped this week. I did not read it. I'm adding it to the reading pile. Like I said, some of the High Republic side series stuff and the High Republic adventures kind of hitting the reading pile, hit it in that short box for my mini me later on. They did have a variant edition of that, cover price variant edition. So that made the pull list as well. And then they had a 1 in 10. Oh, I'm sorry. No, this was a 1 in 25 Tedesco. It's a 1 in 25 Tedesco. I don't think I've seen Tedesco on Star Wars stuff in a while. Very nice. That rounds up Star Wars. Oh, no, there's one more Star Wars book. One more Star Wars book. When Odin's pipes burst, who did he call for help? Oh, the Janny Thor. Oh, no. Oh, no. Burly Irishman, what's up, man? You're just at the tail end of us going through the book, so we'll do a recap here in a little bit. John's Comics with Kids, man. Mr. Famous over here, Mr. TikTok fame. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. If you guys don't know John's Comics with Kids, got to subscribe to him. Check out his YouTube content, but you're going to die laughing at his TikTok content as well. Good times over there. Jeff James, dad puns for days. Absolutely. You know, speaking of Star Wars, you guys know, right? No spoilers here. In the original series, Luke got his hand cut off by Darth Vader, right? They put a mechanical hand in place, correct? Where do you guys think they got that? I'm pretty sure they picked it up at the second-hand store. Oh, TikTok sensation, John. Absolutely. That's fun stuff, man. I'm really enjoying that. Absolutely. So one more Star Wars book. Dr. Aphra 15. Ah, crap. I forgot to take this off my pull list. This is the first book that I've told myself to take off the pull list. I'm just not digging where Wong has been going with this on the writing. And as much as I love Dr. Aphra, this series of Dr. Aphra I can do without. I should have dropped it. I definitely should have dropped it. Yeah, Paul Dunn says, oof, absolutely. That was a terrible, terrible secondhand joke. Last two books coming up here. How could Geppetto tell when Pinocchio was going through puberty? I don't know. I don't know. Jeff James heard that firsthand. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Oh, God, I love it, guys. Pinocchio's hands kept catching fire. Oh, no. Wow. Very funny. How are Tony Stark's clothes always so neat, man? Because of the iron, man. Very nice. Very good play on Iron Man. What's happening, Andy, the man and comic fan? What is up, Stoutman? Stoutman, we are just going through the first round of books before we do the announcements, and then we'll do a recap for everybody showing up here later. So last two books, Telepaths, number 2 of 6 from Upshot. I added this to the pull list because it's J. Michael Straczynski, and I've heard great things about his writing. I think I got a couple of pages into issue 1 tonight because I had forgotten to read it before I got pulled away on, daddy duty. He said duty. Had to pick up a couple other things. So I'm hoping to read the rest of issue 1 and issue 2 tonight. And then also, speaking of getting caught up on books, Maze book number 2 from Jeff Lemire. Jeff Lemire, my understanding, is killing this series, is doing a fantastic job, and I can't wait to get caught up on this too. This is going to be the next book I read tonight. If you guys like Jeff Lemire, you got to pick up Maze book. Is pretty much what everybody's saying about this. Doing everything. Interiors, covers, writing, all of it. Good stuff. So those are the books for the week, and we are only 19 minutes in. It's a quick one. Yeah, there's not a lot of books. It's kind of one of those exhausting, tiring weeks that you're trying to get all your ducks in a row and get ready for Motor City Comic Con. So we'll talk about announcements here in just a second. I peaked with my Nick Fury eye joke. Oh, man, I must have missed that one, man. I must have missed that. Caught about 75% of the drunken chat up, so great job doing that networking thing. Good stuff. So here's a funny tidbit, like news, or not news, but old school information. ComicManAndy was actually on drunken chat many times, but like back when Mel first started it years ago, back when it very first started in the very beginning, ComicManAndy had a schedule where on Friday nights he could stay up as long as he wanted to, and that was a ton of fun. So I'm OG friends with Mighty Mel V and a couple of those other guys where we used to hang out at the very beginning, and then work-life balance changes a bit, and it's been a hot minute since I've been able to on there. I'm hoping to try to make Drunken Chat if Mel will have me. I'm hoping to make Drunken Chat like once a month or twice a month, be able to hang out there regularly, because that is a ton of fun. And I really like what they do over there, where it's very laid back and they talk about a lot of the stuff that we're into. You know what I mean? It's a really, really good time. Not a big week here either. Kind of nice wallet wise. That's what I was saying, man. If it wasn't for all those Star Wars variants, two of those books were like 40 or 50 bucks between both of them together. So that was like half of the pull list this week. Yeah. Oh man, no disintended. Oh, no. It wasn't like a diss, man. It was just kind of like a, hey, fun fact. Fun fact, ComicManAndy's been on there before, and I love the networking there because Drunken Chat has become quite the mega show in the last year or two, and it's fantastic to see all of the new people following that and all the new people that have been on the shows and making all those connections. It's a very cool time. I love what Mel and Lucas are doing over there. It's a ton of fun. So I'm hoping to run into all those people again, and it won't be this Friday, or maybe it could be. I'll talk to Mel. We'll see what's going down in there. So those are the books real quick. We've dipped into the chat for a couple of seconds, and also we can roll into announcements right now. There will be no new Whatnot auctions right now for this week, at least, because we are going to the Motor City, Detroit City, Motor City Comic Con, as this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And there's a ton of people that are lined up to be there, as far as the IG community and comic book community, and even some people from YouTube are going to be there. So I'm looking forward to meeting and hanging out with some people. The one true Nerd King, who's on IG, tons of fun content, love that guy over there, is actually going to be there. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with him and some of his friends. That's going to be really cool. We're on the hunt for some books. I'm going to be looking out to see what kind of big keys and what kind of, Peter Parker's Pants is going to be there. Absolutely, Peter. Looking forward to running into you as well. Not with a car, just saying hi. Drunken Chat is a blast. Yeah, Drunken Chat is sneaky good fun, because literally we started the show and the next thing I knew it was like 4:30 in the morning and Mel's tapping. I was like, oh my God, I lasted longer than Mel. And I was like, I really got to go to bed too. Motor City Comic Con, absolutely. Hope so. Looking forward to some video content from the con. Bring that GoPro. So we're not just bringing the GoPro, because we're going to continue talking about Motor City Comic Con content here. We are actually going to use an iPhone setup. We're going to use an iPhone setup because we've got that Rode podcasting kit. When it comes to audio and video, and I'm not going to be able to take this. This isn't going to come apart right here now. But when it comes to audio, visual equipment and stuff like that, Rode made an extremely affordable kit with a microphone, and I got the dead rabbit stuck on it right now to block wind, for an iPhone, where you literally just clip the mic into a lightning port. You've got a nice little tripod that you can attach your phone to that's got a nice little handle on it, and it's literally exactly, the stuff that you see people using and whatnot. It's just a really small, convenient kit. And I'm hoping to literally just kind of do some walkthrough stuff, maybe some commentary, and just try it out for the first time. Motor City is definitely not going to be a New York City Comic Con or a C2E2 or a Baltimore or anything like that. So it'll be interesting to see what the turnout's going to be. I know there's been a couple of cancellations, but nothing like too crazy. And I'm hoping to see a sea of books. I'm hoping to see a ton of vendors. Tough part is the con schedule is extremely tight right now, and there's an Indiana Comic Con going on that same weekend. And I've heard from some vendors in the last several months that they are torn and having to make a choice between Motor City and Indiana. So I think some vendors are actually going to go to Indiana, and some vendors are going to go to Motor City. Either way, I'm really looking forward to that. Hoping to see some of the regular vendors that I've seen over the years, and hoping to meet some new vendors, hoping to meet some new people in Motor City. And we also have a really cool option for Motor City this year. You guys have heard of the digital business cards. You guys have heard of this wave where you can carry a plastic digital business card and you can carry those. We got a popple. I got a popple on a little stretchy string, where if somebody's like interested in the content and the stuff and hanging out with what we do, all you got to do is boop it right to the phone, and there's the YouTube website, there's the Instagram website. So it's a really easy, convenient way to share instead of just kind of handing out paper business cards or carrying those. So for those of you that might be interested, you're already here actually, but And I thought it'd be neat and fun to try because you can literally just take it to and clip it right to a backpack, and it's not on one of those little stretchy strings, and you can just it's like $10 online. It's like $10 online. That was it. And set it up was really easy. C2E2 is also coming up as well. Absolutely. Skeff was amazing to me. I was kind of hoping Skeff was going to be able to make it up to Motor City this weekend, but that's not, unfortunately, that's not in the cards. Skeff had a crazy busy weekend at New York City Comic Con, and, obviously he has to take care of his family and get back to work. So I'm pretty sure he's taking this weekend off. If he's not, he might be attending a smaller convention down closer to him. But I cannot wait for C2E2 to meet a bunch of you guys and Skeff and the Geek Aficionado and a ton of other people. So when it comes to more announcements, there's Motor City Comic Con is coming up. Really looking forward to that. C2E2 is just around the corner, knocking on the door in December. That we're really looking forward to because we've got passes for all of the days and we've got accommodations for all the days. And we're looking forward to hanging out with good friends and eating good food and having a really good time. Elite Comics is doing some signing stuff for Donny Cates. Don't know if they're still doing it. Sounds really affordable. Broke. So it's a no-go for me. That's kind of the tough part. They've crammed so many conventions into such a tight schedule this fall right before the holidays. People are being mindful of their budgets. They're being mindful of their cash flow. How many people are going to go out and buy $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7,000 books in a convention when there's another convention a week later, and the next thing you know, there's Thanksgiving, and the next thing you know, there's Christmas. So I think the vendors are going to be in for a tight fall or a tight tail end of the year. Tight tail end. That's what she said. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a tough year. And for God's sake, some vendors are packing up from New York Comic Con, driving all the way over to, there was a Motor City Comic Con or Indiana Comic Con packing up. And then there's Baltimore. Baltimore is the weekend after Motor City. It's next week. So then back to, somebody's going to die. Somebody's going to die. C2E2 timing is making me sad, JP says. Is there something else going on there on that week, JP, man? No fan of Elite Comics. Sorry to hear that, Jeff James. Buy what you love and you'll love what you buy always. Everybody here, follow that motto. And that one originates from Brian at Simpleman's Comics. Buy what you love and you'll love what you buy. It's something to live by. You don't have to be a fan of everything. Be a fan of what you're picking up and what you love. Absolutely. I'm sad. C2E2 timing. Are you not able to make it, man? I'm hoping you're able to make it. I'm hoping that they do the beer garden again and we can all hang out in the beer garden because that was a blast. I think I got a good deal today. Today I got complete runs of Punisher. Oh, you got my attention now. Complete runs of Punisher War Journal and Punisher Warzone, including annuals for $200. $200? As a Punisher fan, I couldn't pass it up. All high grades. I can't believe they're worth that much now. I remember those being dollar bin fodder for a long time, and Punisher stuff is catching steam. It's picking up. Maybe people are starting to really realize the value of Punisher books. We'll see. I don't know, man. It's kind of just holidays, so no budget, so not going to make it probably. Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons why we've worked on some Whatnot auctions and kind of pre-planning over the last several months is to kind of find a way to pay for hotel rooms and tickets and stuff like that so that we're not digging into the standard life budget, if you will, or emergency funding or anything like that. Because C2E2 is not cheap by any means. You know, the crazy thing is Motor City Comic Con tickets cost more than C2E2 tickets. If I remember correctly. I might be wrong on that. But the hotel isn't cheap either for 4 nights out there. That's downtown Chicago within walking distance of the McCormick place. It's going to be a premium. It is going to be a premium. Holy moly. Come on, mama. Did somebody say beer? Yes, please, for the love of God. Bearded Comic Bro. This is kind of the downfall of some comic conventions, or any convention for that matter, really. C2E2 has it figured out. Whatever they had to do, or whatever they did in C2E2 to get the licensing to sell beer there, I got to tell you what, man, if the other conventions out there could figure out what it takes to sell alcoholic beverages, so many people would go more frequently or be there more often or spend more of their time there, because this like Motor City Comic Con, if I can't get a beer there, so we're going to go in there, film some content, meet some people, hang out. We're probably going to go to one of the several breweries in that area and hang out for a pint there, meet some friends there or something like that. But the vendors could be doing much better if the venues were doing more to keep people in there. Comic-Con conventions aren't what they were in the 70s or 80s anymore. Comic-Cons and comic conventions are now we're all a lot of older adults. There's a lot of new people coming in, but there are a lot of people that want to be there and have high quality food, not pretzels and hot dogs. You know, we're willing to pay for high quality food and beverages. Please deliver it. I mean, please, somebody get on the convention circuit and say, and just elevate the customer service on a convention from a convention standpoint. I'm not saying conventions don't deliver good customer service. What I'm saying is that they can find another level. They can find that next level to bring more people in and keep more people there more often. And the Suburban Show Place in Novi, Michigan is a fairly new building, and it's really nice. And so it's a really nice place to have a convention at. But you got to go somewhere else for good food and good drinks. So you kind of have to budget your time during the day. We have to budget our time in a way that we're going to get breakfast somewhere before the convention, because we know like a really big breakfast, because we're going to skip lunch, because at the convention, you can't really get a good lunch at the convention. You can't sit down and have a healthy quality meal. It's pretty much garbage food. As ridiculous as it might say, I kind of wish there were healthier options at a convention for food. And that's actually not ridiculous to say. God, I'm rambling again, and we're 31 minutes in. Let's hit up this chat again real quick. But before we do that, that's pretty much rounding up the announcements. Motor City Comic Con's coming up. C2E2 is coming up. Mail Call Monday has been a blast, and it will still continue. But Mail Call Monday is going to look a little bit different. And a hair stuck in my throat all of a sudden. Mail Call Monday is going to kind of be an every other Monday thing now. And we want to start doing something on Monday nights that is modern comic book related. Modern comic multiverse. I don't know what kind of title or what kind of name, but I want to get back to a show as a host and bringing people in as guests, because we're going to... Oh, God, I got a hair stuck in my throat. Seriously. I swallowed a dead rabbit. In all seriousness, really want to get Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. I really want to hit the appropriate channels and put feelers out and see if I can get something lined up that we can interview Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples here for the Saga return here in the Comic Dojo. You guys know how big of a fan of Saga I am. If there are any other Saga fans out there that are this massive of Saga fans, I want to know about it and I want to interview them. Horns and Wings podcast. If you guys are listening, you guys hear this, I want to get you guys on a show sometime in the future, because you guys got a really special story to share about what you guys have done and what has happened recently. But I kind of don't really have the time and the budget to do like creator interviews on a regular basis. So if I'm going to do one creator centric interview, it's going to be Brian K. Vaughan, it's going to be Fiona Staples, and it's going to be whatever they can allot for time and whatever they can do. We're going to maximize that budget. We're going to maximize that experience, because it is time. Saga is coming back, and that is exciting. So we talked about Motor City Comic Con. We talked about C2E2. We talked about Mondays changing up a little bit. Don't forget about Wednesday, new comic book, or Wednesday, yeah, it's new comic book day, but don't forget about Tuesday, Comic Book News Weekly over on the Simpleman's Comics channel. That was a ton of fun last night, where I went full ham. I went total full rum ham for like a solid 6 minutes about Saga coming back. And I'm just waiting for the comments to roll in about that. Either way, and I didn't get a chance to load up that AOK that Paul Dunn sent. So I'm going to do that right now real quick. I got to share this with you guys. That AOK that Paul Dunn sent was... I can't put that into words. That AOK Paul Dunn sent took the time out of his own day, his own convention to... Yeah, rabbit. I was monkeying around with this thing, and I think I swallowed one of the hairs off of that. He took the time out of his own convention in his own day to go through the line twice for Brian K. Vaughan. Once to get a print, and then once he came back, he did an Instagram video call and hit me up, and all of a sudden, there's Brian K. Vaughan. And I am speechless. I am through the roof, over the moon for ComicManAndy, Brian K. Vaughan, and it's got Fiona Staples' signature, because Fiona hasn't been to a lot of signing events. recently in the last several years, actually. So this is just absolutely stellar. Paul Dunn, thank you once again. I hope the package sent your way is received accordingly, like it's in great shape and all that. I just don't know what to say, Paul. I don't know what to say. That print is got to get framed and got to get hung up. Man, and I got to find a really good copy of that original retailer poster for Saga. There is a poster with a small printing of the retailer incentive edition, the diamond edition in the center. There's a poster of that out, and I've only found one so far, and it was it came damaged. I was going to frame it anyways, but I'm looking for another one that's not damaged, and so that I can do I'm going to do a Kanto wall, and I'm going to do a Saga wall, and it's absolutely all right. Enough with the rambling. We've gone over the announcements. C2E2 Motor City Monday changing up a little bit. The AOK from Paul. Paul, if you're still here, man, yes, yeah, dude, I can't thank you enough. What up, brother? What up, brother? Welcome to New Comic Book Day Wednesday. Welcome, the great Herminio. Junior's in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. If you guys don't know the Big Herm Collectibles show, you guys need to check him and Sam out. They roll at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on his channel, and I always have him in the background. I don't always comment, brother, but I have it up in the background, and I'm watching you guys while I'm reading and bagging and boarding on my Wednesdays. It's hard to read comic books, bag and board, and interact live with the chat. But, brother, I'm always there. It's good to see you. Thanks for being in the chat. Big Chungus. Big Chungus is in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Holy moly. People, see, this is why we do a quick recap of the books at the tail end, because people eventually kind of cycle in and cycle out, and we're almost at 30 people watching. Thank you so much, everybody. Jeff James is waiting on Mystery Box GP. Wait, whoa. Where did you find a Mystery Box that had a GP of a Saga 198? Because I would like to talk to whoever is making those up. And could you imagine if we won another Saga? At this point, I'd probably do a community giveaway for that, because there's so much. We're bleeding Saga over here. We're dripping Saga. We got lots of Saga. We got Saga coming out. According to George, it was a great idea, Bear. Not sure I believe, but Andy would survive, I am sure. Did I miss? Bear Island Comics is in the house. What is up, man? Yes, that's very healthy, JP. Great advice. Go get that breakfast mac and cheese before C2. So the Geek Aficionado said that this C2E2, we are going back to that, and might split that with the wife. Might see what's going down in that. I hope D-Runk, I hope other people are going to make it. Probably not. We'll see. I don't know. This con schedule is all wonky and fooky and weird. But whoever's going to be there, we are going to go back to that breakfast place, and Sarah and I are really looking forward to it. Yes, that's very healthy advice, JP. If you split it between two people, maybe, and not drink Red Bull with it. But we finally have a con going on here in Toronto. Okay, that's November. Toronto? Is Fiona going to that? I got to look that up, because Fiona's in Canada, right? So I would imagine that she would be making an appearance at a Canadian comic book convention. And Michigan's not too far from Toronto, Steve. So I'm gonna have to look into that. Have I ever read Saga? I have not. I heard it's a really stellar story. A lot of people in the community are talking about. Apparently, it's coming back in January 26th. And we were having some fun talking about what the order numbers are going to be like this upcoming January for Saga. And I was pretty optimistic and thinking that issue 55 might hit 100,000 print run. It might. Some other people were a little less optimistic, and some others were a little more optimistic. I kind of fell in the middle a little bit. I first was thinking like 80 to 100,000. If you think about it, 2012, the first issue of Saga hit 36,000 copies back then. I think the fan base has grown tremendously. The hype has grown tremendously. People have been waiting a really long time. People are not going to want to miss out on this book. And pretty much everybody that's a Saga fan has already contacted an LCS or contacted somebody online and pre-ordered the book and added it to their pull list. It's the first thing I did Friday when I saw the news drop. So I emailed my LCS and I said, "This is happening. It's actually going to happen." And it was such a dramatic email that I'm sure Bill and Tom laughed at me tremendously. But it's happening. And I feel like that print run's probably going to hit a solid 100,000, close to it, plus or minus, 5 or 10,000 or whatever. Ballpark. Price is Right rules if you want to play it that way. Either way, Zuni Station, absolutely. Thanks for being here. According to George, it was a great idea, Bear. I'm not sure, but Andy will survive, I'm sure. Oh, the breakfast mac and cheese, I'd totally smash that. Totally smash that. Jeff James, a mystery box saga. Like, once again, I got to find out who's doing that. And if somebody's doing that, I would do more mystery boxes if those mystery boxes had modern GPs, like modern key GPs, like 9.8s of Saga. Yeah, there's plenty of other ones out there. I did some Star Wars stuff that had some modern Star Wars grails in there, and with JD Nemesis Prime. Speaking of mystery boxes, Adrian APM sold a round of mystery boxes, and we've got one on the way from Adrian APM, and he's got straight fire chase books in there. Wish I had that loaded up. If you guys don't know who Adrian APM is, make sure you check out Adrian APM in the search bar. Hit that search for users, look for his content. It's great content out there. And that mystery box I'm looking forward to is straight fire. I don't think there's like 10 boxes. But the books, the chase books he has, there's way more than 10 chase books in there. He's putting straight fire into those boxes. I can't wait for that. But yes, you're waiting. Rabbit. So a lot of people refer to these mic covers as like dead rabbits or dead animals because they just kind of have that. It's fake. It's a faux fur cover. It's not a real fur cover by any means. But I got it snugged onto the mic, and now I can't get it off. So she said. And I know when we get to that convention and we get to that parking lot, the best option is going to be to have this on anyways to cancel out any wind or any noise like that, depending on what the weather's going to be like. It's Michigan. The weather's always weird in Michigan. So that's set up, ready to go. I'm looking forward to that. One of these days, I'll hit up C2E2. Steve, if you do, please put out a community post. I'm looking forward to what the convention schedule is going to be like next year. I picked up some great Wolverine variants from C2E2. I've missed the banana ones from 2019, right? 2020. The last C2E2 in 2020 are the banana ones. I missed out on those. I regret it. I'm not a negative space variant like that unless you make it black or white. When you start throwing in colors, I'm kind of like, okay. But if it's black or white, that's where I'm at, because those negative space variants, black or white, you do the opposite color of black or white as a sketch or a remark, and it's fire for me. I love it. Paul Dunn, you're welcome. I can't thank you enough again, man. That was hands down. I got to live through everybody at New York Comic Con this weekend. I didn't get to go. Now I regret not going. I desperately do. But thanks to everybody in the community, my phone was constantly going off with pictures, constantly messages here, messages there, random IG video phone calls. Holy shit, there's Brian K. Vaughn. Oh my God, Paul, there's I got to feel like I was at New York Comic Con, and I greatly appreciate that of everybody in the community. It was a stellar experience. Paul Dunn, good egg. Absolutely. That was more than a good egg. Warlord, thanks for being here, man. Good to see you, brother. We're going to tidy up this chat real quick, and then we're going to do a recap for those of you guys that are just showing up. Paul Dunn, yes, epic, absolutely epic. Big Chungus is in the house. Like we said, good to see you, brother. Thanks for being here. Stop by and throw out some more jokes when you got availability. That is amazing. You're the best, Paul Dunn. What did I hear about Motor City? Warlord, we're going to Motor City, man. We're going to get ready to go to Motor City this week. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what the attendance is going to be like. We're going to be vlogging it. We're going to be using some upgraded equipment with an iPhone to just kind of throw something together. My editing skills still aren't the best, and I'm still using basic free software for editing. But we're still going to whip something up. I can still throw in some great tunes. I can still do some good transitions. We'll figure it out, right? You know what I mean? Appreciate it, Stop. Man, it was nothing. Just wanted to make somebody's day. Dude, you got no freaking idea. You got no freaking idea. Just make somebody's day. I was making somebody's year right there, brother. Yes, absolutely. Station. Rabbit Comics had that song. Oh, it was Rabbit Comics had that. I wonder if I got to look that up, see if anything's still available. Rabbit Comics. We'll do that after that. At C2E2 2022, we will all feast on Brecky. Yes, that's a thing. That's going to be a thing. I'm looking forward to it, brother. Bear Island Comics. I don't believe you have the availability to go to C2 or go to Motor City this year, so I gotta look to see if I still have your address. I'm gonna have to run by there and just throw in a thank you card in your mailbox or something, brother. I don't know. Either way, print run gonna be cuckoo. I don't think it'll be as cuckoo as some people are saying. Like, I don't think it's gonna be hundreds of thousands, but I think there's a happy medium in there somewhere. So when are we gonna be able to pre-order every cover for Saga? You can go to your LCS right now and tell them to add it to your pull list. You don't have to wait for FOC. You don't have to wait for anything. Go to your local comic shop if you have one. If you don't have one, contact Lucas and Mighty Mel V on Drunken Chat and let them know that you need some assistance. They have an online pull list situation that they can help people out with. So look up It's Drunken Chat, look up Mighty Mel V, and I can't remember Lucas's handle on IG, but they can help get you squared away if you don't have a local comic shop. They seriously can. They could definitely help you out. So make sure you're talking to those guys if you're trying to find a way to order books online and you don't have an LCS near you. When can we order the third print, Paul? I don't know. I'm pretty sure Brian said no exclusives. Thank God. Yes, 0 exclusives. This is a double 44-page issue for $2.99. Yeah. $2.99. Double page or double. It's double issue. 44 pages for $2.99. No exclusives from Image. But here's the question for all of you guys in the chat here hanging out. Does that mean that stores can't do exclusives? Do creators have the ability to prevent stores from doing exclusives? Who's to say that some store out there doesn't do a foil variant? I love foil. Who's to say that a store doesn't do a foil exclusive for 55 coming back? I don't know. I kind of wonder because I don't think stores need creators' approval to do variants. I think they need, like, if you wanted to do a Marvel variant right now and you wanted to order 3,000 copies and get a hold of an artist and do all that jazz, and let's say you got everything lined up and you got a cover, I think all the approval you need is through Marvel or DC. I don't think Brian saying that they won't do variants means that store exclusives might not happen. So let's keep an eye on that as a community and see what's going to happen there. Potentially, yeah. Okay. Paul, let me get to that in just a second. I don't know how those inner workings happen or how they react with each other. In fact, I think I want to hit up 616 Comics. I think I want to hit up John and Erica and ask their opinion on what they think. Because what if they had the ability to, I don't know. This is a whole nother topic for a whole nother show. Holy crap. This is why I want to do a modern comic show on a Monday night. Is so that Mail Call Mondays, instead of Wednesday being an hour-long show about new comic book days or a 15-minute show about new comic books on Wednesday, and then a 45-minute show of rambling about like modern comic books, I kind of want to separate the two and keep Wednesday a new comic book day show, because then the recap of the books don't get too spaced out. But Saga, that's about the kid with the antlers. Crazy. I'm pretty sure Brian said no exclusives. Thank God. Yeah, it was okay. I think you're talking about Sweet Tooth, right? Oh yeah, Paul, that's right. Thank you. I did hear that. Made a lot of profit from Saga. Was very sad when it went on hiatus. Sleepy Reader. Yeah. 3-year hiatus. They're back. I think it would have been actually closer to 4 years if they made it to July of next year. It would have been 4 years if I remember correctly on the timing. So it's like 3.5, almost 3.5 year hiatus. Over under, Annie ordered 10 copies. No, honestly, you know what, BG, you're not wrong. Why wouldn't I order 10 copies and give away a bunch or something like that? That'd be pretty dope. We were already giving away the trades. I might do another round of trade giveaways for Saga, to be honest with you, in celebration of Saga coming back. But Jeff James, who prints store exclusives? Let me get into that in just a second. Over by a mile, he says. So when can we pre-order a couple of copies of it? You can go to your LCS right now and add it to your pull list, and you can tell them to, if you want 5 copies, you can tell your LCS you want 5 copies. Me, it's a white cover, and because I want to get back, I want to work on grading a full set. This is probably not the smartest decision I ever made, but I want to work on grading Saga books as they come out. So I'm probably going to order 2 copies. I'm probably going to order a copy to read immediately in my vehicle at the LCS, and I'm probably going to order a copy to send to CGC. I think that's what I'm going to do. Which means that I'm going to have to commit myself to a completionist collection of Saga. So that means I've got issues 3 through 54 to get in 9.8. That's going to take a while. That's probably going to be that's probably a decade worth of collecting, to be honest with you, if not more. I mean, if you think about it, I'd have to buy a slab per month. That's 12 slabs a year. Times 10 years is 120 slabs. That's actually doable. If I only have like 49 or 50 slabs left to go, I could do that in 5 years. Uh-oh. There's more to chew on here. Wasn't directed to you, Stout Man, just a random thought. Absolutely. Oh, well, holy chat jump. Let me get back to where we were just at. Wait, Rubber City has one next week. GP Secret Wars 8. Ooh. Very cool. Are you serious? People are giving away that book right now? Oh my God. Congrats on that win, Jeff. Holy moly. What did Jeff win? Where did I miss that? Somebody hit me up. That was my book. Yes. Very cool. Yes, sir, Bear. Paul, it'll help me out. Let's see, where are we at here? Rhinoverse, what is up, buddy? Thanks for being here. Good to see you, Ryan, man. Looking forward to hanging out with you, because I'm pretty sure if I do it correctly on a Monday night for a modern comic book talk show, I feel like if I budget time correctly, we can get you on again, because that would be absolutely a blast. So yes, once again, Sleepy Reader, thanks for being here. Good to see you. Motor Cities this week. I think I know what I'm going to be doing this weekend. Detroit Life. Warlord, looking forward to running into you as well. So we got Peters Parker's Pants in the chat that's going to be there. We got Warlord that's going to be there. I'm going to be there. There's actually several other people. Comics for Cheap is going to be there. One True Nerd King is going to be there. And there's about 3 or 4 other ones that are in a group chat. So Warlord, if you want, we can add you to a group chat for that. One True Nerd King is running for that convention. So if you are interested in meeting up for food or drinks or anything. But man, I got nothing today. He says that is true. There's some days where we all have just nothing. You know what I mean? There's just some of those. When can we order the third print? Third print of issue 55. I don't know, man. I don't know. $2.99. Good for him. I'm in total agreement on this. I really am. They are really behind putting on a really good story. With Image, I'm not sure. I'm not sure either about variants and exclusives. Brian very much wanted it to be comic format by one artist. Okay. So maybe the creators do have the ability to tell other stores that they cannot do exclusives. Maybe there's something in the agreement with Image and Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona where stores can't just go out and do exclusives without their approval. That's a possibility. I think Image would give control to creators. Okay, very good. Yeah, that's a good point. Thanks for sharing that. So I would probably agree with that if I had been. I am agreeing with that. I just didn't think about that beforehand because that's kind of Image centric, right? He was kind of talking to a few of us at the front of the line. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. I wish I could have done that as well. That guy, Baltimore 2019, his long was hundreds of people deep. He brings a crowd. Brian K. Vaughan brings a crowd, man. Who prints the store exclusives? There are none right now. Oh, you mean if somebody orders store exclusives? I don't know. That's a great question for retailers out there like 616 Comics or anybody that comes off the top of your head that you know that does store exclusives. Unknown Comics too. I don't know. It's interesting. You think of something to chew on there. Dude, with the Saga trade I won from you, and I went and got the compendium right away and loving the story. Saga is amazing. There seems to be no middle ground. Either people like it or people love it. And it seems like the majority of people we run into and talk to here in the Comic Dojo are really liking the book. And I feel like everybody that's drawn here to the content that we create and hang out have similar tastes and similar fashions to what we do. I mean, obviously, if you didn't have similar tastes and fashions, you might not be interested in the content here. So it seems like a lot of people that are here hanging out in the chat are Saga fans anyways. So I'm glad to hear that you bought the compendium right away. That is dope. Can you imagine what an ultimate omnibus is going to be if they do something like that at the end of with all 108 issues? Ayo, just dropping in to say hello. Nick's Kicks and Comics. Thanks for being here. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Absolutely. Perry Comics is in the house. Station, brother. Thanks for being here. Oh, the Completionist Collector. Come talk to me about that. Yeah, Ryan, got to have you on for a show on a Monday night about just modern completionist collecting. Like the books that are coming, they're hot on the shelves, and we're still having a hard time finding some of them. You know what I mean? That kind of deal. Speaking of C2E2, Geek Aficionado, we were just talking about the breakfast mac and cheese not too long ago with him, so we were looking forward to that. Motor Cities this week, which means C2E2 is just around the corner. Just a mystery box coming, didn't win yet. Oh man, I don't know. Did you win? You didn't. Doesn't sound like you win. We're looking forward to Adrian APM's box coming here soon. Hey, Jimmy, absolutely. Somebody won the rabbit slab. Oh, congratulations to whoever won the rabbit slab. Regarding Saga, nobody won it yet. Okay, interesting. Can't wait to see who wins that. If you don't like Saga, you read it wrong. Try again. I can't. No, Bear. I am Bear. This is how I do things quickly. I am saving that quote if I ever interview Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. Hey, Bear. Drew Collins, thanks for being here. AOC, Drew Collins, good to see you. Hello to a fellow Andy. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you stopping in and hanging out. Consider hitting subscribe. Smash one of those reaction buttons. Come and hanging out whenever we're going live. If a store wanted a Saga exclusive, they'd need Image to print it. No. Okay, I don't know who Image would hire out, but yeah, they would contact Image to get rights or get approval or agreements or something like that. And if Image puts that control in the creator's hands, then Brian's going to say no. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be good. I think that's going to be good in a world where there's so many variants coming out for so many books right now. What's up, Jimmy? Average Will is in the chat. Thanks for being here, man. Good evening, everyone. Great to see you, brother. The books do come from Diamond, from Image. Yeah, okay. Because Diamond doesn't ship Marvel books, but does Diamond ship indie books now at some point? What's up, Paul Dunn says. What's up, Will? He says. So, yeah, quick recap. My apologies. We've been rambling for way too long, but this is why I want to do a Monday night show every other week talking about just modern comic books, modern comic craziness, something. I want to find a cool title, but I also want it to be its own thing because every time I think about modern comic books, I kind of trend over to some other shows that I watch, and I want to be creatively different, even though I'm absorbing their content. But because I'm absorbing their content, my mind always kind of centralizes itself on that content that I'm watching. So I'm working on something. I'll figure it out. Recapping the books real quick. Maze book number 2 is out. Jeff Lemire's killing it. Covers, interior art, writing, everything. We are going to read this one tonight before we go to bed. So Maze book number 2. I'm hearing great things from the community about book number 1. It was a very pleasant, quick read. Number 2 should be just as equally as good. Then we've got Telepath number 2 of 6. I got a couple of pages into issue 1 before I got tied up with some daddy duty stuff, so I didn't get into issue 2 just yet. But I added this to the pull list because it's a J. Michael Straczynski read, and I've heard good things about his writing. I'm not quite sure if it's my style that I want to keep reading, so we're going to find out here with Telepath. There's only 4 more books to go in that series, so Diamond still ships Marvel. Well, speaking of that, Penguin shipped all of the Marvel books this week for my LCS, and they were all 60% or better, I think. We're all damaged. And everybody on the pull list, they tried to find the best books to at least get people their pull books, and they said, please check your books for damages, and pretty much all of the Star Wars book have some edge rub. That was a soapbox we didn't even get onto yet. This is another reason why I want to do like a modern show on Monday nights. This is a soapbox we didn't even get on yet. Is pretty much most of the Marvel books were destroyed at my LCS. Crunched corners, rubbed edges. Like, no way you're going to even get 9.4 or better. No way. Either way. Hola, peoples. Mojo Quid is in the house. What up? He said duty. Absolutely. I did say duty. It is my duty to say duty to you guys occasionally. So, the Telepath. So now we're moving right into the Marvel books. Star Wars High Republic Trail of Shadows is out. Like I said, I'm pulling all of the Star Wars books so I don't miss anything, especially while we're leading into this fall with the Disney Investor Day coming up and the Book of Boba Fett dropping in December. And there's going to be a lot of Star Wars news, and who knows where they're going to pull information from and pull other fun stuff from. So I don't want to miss out on something that's not getting ordered heavily. I'd rather pay cover price for a book than pay $20 or $30 later on if I'm going to be buying something. Dr. Aphra, I got the books all mixed up, but Dr. Aphra 15. I told myself last month to drop this, and I completely forgot to drop it because I'm not digging where Wong's going with this. So I'm going to set this right on top of the keyboard, which means I cannot type anything else until I remind myself to type an email to my LCS to drop Darth Vader or Dr. Aphra, which is a shame. I love that character. I love the idea and the concept behind that character, but I just don't like where this series is going with it. And this is the 3rd ongoing series for Aphra. Imagine the first 2 were a fair bit better than this. But we've got, here's the 1 in 25 Tedesco for Trail of Shadows, the High Republic. I don't think I've seen Tedesco on a variant cover in quite a while for Star Wars, if ever. I don't know. You guys help me out with that. Can metal covers? Okay, yeah, Paul Dunn. I'm going to be doing my first metal cover going to CGC here soon in the next batch, and it's going to go to a cleaner and presser just to make sure there's no fingerprints on it. So, yeah, we're going to find out here. And we're going to get into your comments, Peter and Geek and everybody else. We're going to get your comments just after this here in a minute because I want to talk more about this, actually, and we might run a little bit long so we can chat about this. But Trail of Shadows, variant edition number 1. So we're going to speed up going through the recap of the books here so we can talk about this more. War of the Bounty Hunters, the 1 in 50 McNiven variant. Absolutely stellar cover. And the reason why for me is they've got the OG Boba Fett look with the OG clothes and armor. And that's my favorite look for Boba Fett. This is my absolutely favorite look. And just leaning up against Han Solo's carbonite capsule there is super cool. Like he's finally gotten back to what he needs. I got 8 or 10 pages into this and had to do some daddy duty stuff. So I'm going to get back to this here tonight or tomorrow. But we got all of the covers. We got all of the covers instead of including the action figure variant, which I wasn't a big fan of this one. I don't know if it's the color blue or the way the action figure is kind of shaped, oddly shaped. But like I said, completionist collection, like this Star Wars stuff, because I'm able to get it on my pull list and I'm at the front of the list to get all the variants. I'm not missing out on anything. I'm completionist collecting it, so to speak. But my cover pick of the week is this fantastic variant for War of the Bounty Hunters number 5. And I can't read the artist name down there, and I did not look it up beforehand, and I really probably should have. This is a dope Boba Fett variant cover to have leading into Book of Boba Fett this winter. This is super cool to have. Really excited about that one. That one, surprisingly, even though being shipped by Penguin, that was the best book of the group with no rub and no craziness, no crunch corners. That's in the best shape, so I'm probably going to grade that one. Then we've got the variant cover to cover A, which is just a black and white. Then cover A itself, which I'm loving the colors on that. I'm loving Boba Fett in flight. But we've got the Lucasfilm 50th anniversary variant. Ahsoka Tano and Anakin on the front. Gotta love that purple background. This is a great Ahsoka Tano cover to have. Now, granted, the gold border, I wish it wasn't there. And I wish there was a virgin variant of this. But this is a great Ahsoka Tano book to have. Think back to the retailer incentive of Clone Wars 1. How many other times have Ahsoka and Anakin been on the same cover together? Not a ton. It's not a lot. So this could be a great Ahsoka. This could be a great cover for any Ahsoka Tano collector out there. Especially like when they drop news that the show is actually going to have like a release date or they drop a trailer. Definitely not going to, that's not going to be like a super hard to find, super expensive book by any means. I don't feel like Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters 5 was ordered heavily, but I'm seeing the book around pretty easily, pretty readily available. And then we've got what looks like a reverse trading card variant, which is, I didn't know they were doing this. This looks like the backside of a trading card, and this is really cool for Boba Fett. This is War of Bounty Hunters number 5 as well. Kind of digging the color on that and kind of digging that idea. But we did get X-Men number 4 with that stellar Headless Horseman cover with Cyclops' head. Really digging that. The shame for this was every single copy had crunches all over it. And I'm thinking this one I can get pressed and cleaned because I think this is going to be a really killer book graded. Either way, let's get into that. That's the books for the week. Let's get into your comments because I want to talk more about what your guys' experiences were with Penguin and your LCSs this week because things are not fun right now. Things are really not fun. The books do come from Diamond, Paul Dunn says, from Image, I believe. Holy moly, Diamond still ships Marvel. Interesting because my LCS has to get them from Penguin. They weren't able to get them from Diamond at all. So that's why there were so many damages. Hola, my peoples. Mojo Quid, thanks for being here. Good to see you, man. He said duty. It's my duty to say duty every now and again. That's widespread, I heard. Yes, it is widespread, and it started with last week or the week before that. This is either the second or the third week with like major damages from Penguin. I don't know. My head keeps going to Republic, but like literally, here's the problem. Not only are the boxes not being great, they didn't make any changes after the first week. They are shipping books to the West Coast to their customers, and those customers aren't getting the books until after Penguin is closed. There's no customer service available, and shops out on the West Coast are receiving 80% damages, 90% damages, 70% damage. The bulk of what they spend their money on is damaged, and in the comic book community is considered not sellable. Like they don't want to put out that subpar product to their customers. They don't. They can't eat that cost. And Penguin, I've heard rumors floating around LCS, my LCS, and other people in the community, Penguin saying that because the book is legible, because it's readable, that they're not going to offer refunds. They're not going to offer replacements on books they can't replace, and they're not going to offer refunds. What are wait, I better get into some comments here. Their shipping is nuts. I only walked out with one book today. I saw so many damaged books on the shelf. I was kind of like, man, I wish I wasn't buying so many books today. And the Star Wars books I want anyways, even with some edge rubbing. That's kind of a standard thing with Star Wars books, though. They all kind of have terrible spines. I had to go to my second LCS to get my Marvel books. Same issues, all destroyed. So not cool. I'm sorry that happened to you too, man. That's why my LCS still uses Diamond. Okay, so I'm hoping maybe my LCS will be able to go back to Diamond. I'm not sure why they switched to Penguin. And I don't know if they had to or if they chose to. I want to find that out. Tons of losses at my LCS today as well. Penguin is no bueno so far. Yes, agreed. Can metal covers to modern through CGC? Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna find out. Making a list right now. He says metal, yes, glass, no. Oh, they don't. Okay, good geek. Thanks. They don't do glass. They do carbon fiber as well. If you guys remember that Bloodshot variant from middle to end of 2019, that Bloodshot #1, that was a carbon fiber variant, and they did grade that one. Thanks, geek. Absolutely, man. Holy chat jump. Let's get into this really quick here. Did you order that cover on Drunken Chat and I thought it was a virgin cover? Okay, so I got to look at that because it was from Golden Apple. So it was probably a store exclusive. I don't know. I'm hoping it was a store exclusive because if it was the virgin, I'm going to be over the moon because that thing's going to look absolutely gorgeous. I hope that was a virgin. Yeah, I got to look back at that, man, because I was so tired that night. I never looked at it again. Holy moly, Sigma Comics with a $5 super chat. Comic book brethren, please come back here. Comes Calico 3 on Indiegogo. Search it and play the video for the audience. You'll recognize Vito 24 hours. Oh, very cool. So yeah, everybody take a moment. And if a moderator here is in the chat, can find that link to that Indiegogo for Calico 3 and drop it in the chat so people can click on it and head that way. Please, moderators, please do that if you can. I won't be able to get to it fast enough. Sigma, thank you again for the super chat. That will become a donation to the Till Valhalla project here soon in the future. So thank you very much for that. Geek Aficionado, Diamond is no longer the primary distributor. Yep, random Penguin is. Diamond is able to buy from... So does Diamond receive these books in the same fashion that any other LCS would? Interesting. My Star Wars books, Iron Man and Eternals books were all okay, but the rest were damaged, and I had to go to another store to find them. And luck, that store had not had issues with Penguin. Interesting. So, I mean, if you don't pallet ship these boxes, they're gonna get smashed. They're gonna get crushed. They're thin. They're paper thin boxes. It seems like they just had no ability to stand up to the elements. Okay, come on, Mama. I'm not going to be pronounced this. Pagulian. Pagulian is the artist on the Boba Fett cover, according to the League of Comic Geeks. Thanks for pulling that up. Pagulian. I'm terrible with names. I really am. I got to get better at that somehow. Go digital in protest. I can't do it, man. I'm already reading digital books for convenience to some degree, but I can't go all digital. As Reggie would say, Penguin is ungood. Yeah, it's ungood. It definitely is ungood. Penguin offers free shipping. I think that's why shops switched. Ooh, interesting. Let's see how that's paying off. Assume shops will switch back. Let's hope so. And thank God I clarified it today with my LCS. House of Slaughter drops next week. And thank God Penguin's not shipping those books. And then a week later, the 1 in 1,000 ships as well. So, oh my God, never heard of it either. Same, he says. Okay, so that's almost said Mail Call Monday. That is New Comic Book Day Wednesday down here in the Comic Dojo. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Almost 30 of you guys watching, the 30 regulars here. That is stellar. This channel is growing. The shows are growing, which provides me with a lot of enjoyment to see everybody here hanging out, talking comic books, and makes me feel like this should continue on. We've been doing New Comic Book Day Wednesdays for well over a year now, and I don't feel like I want to give up. I don't feel like I want to stop this. And as much as I kind of want to feel like I want to cut it down or change it or format it and, try to continue to find the audience, I feel like the audience is here. Like everybody's here hanging out. So I'm going to keep doing this kind of just like this. I might increase some production value stuff, bumpers or logos or whatever, and kind of spit and polish and maybe get the camera quality up a little bit more with some capture cards and stuff like that. But I want to keep you guys make me want to keep doing this just like this every Wednesday. I love it. Whether I get to read all the books or not, I'm having a blast with you guys. And it's been an hour and 10 minutes, so we're gonna wrap this up. We've done a recap of the books. We've gone over announcements for Motor City Comic Con this week, for C2E2 in December, and some decisions that we're going to do for the Mail Call Monday show and kind of make that an every other thing and come up with a modern comic show as well. So in closing, yes, I'm going to hit up this chat again one more time. Absolutely. Comics Misexplained. Thanks for being here. I be here. Good to see you, brother. I hope we can get back to hanging out on Wednesday nights because that was fun I'm running long tonight because there's no greatest comic book show ever to be at next. I do miss that greatly, and I miss hanging out with you guys greatly. I really do. Peter's Parker's Pants says, thanks, Andy. Peter, looking forward to meeting you at Motor City this week. I can't wait, man. What up, Jason? Support indies. Here comes Calico 3 on Indiegogo. Somebody, please, if we have not found that link, comment down below after we finish going live with that link, Sigma Comics. Please share that link in the comments of this video down below. And what I'll do is I'll actually repost that and I'll pin it to the top so that people can find that easy. Thank you, Sigma, for that super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Don't change, Andy. This is good. Thank you very much. I'll look for you at MCC. Absolutely. Definitely looking forward to it. Yo, Jimmy, only 24 hours left. Oh, so still, if you can send that link sooner rather than later in a comment down below after this video is done going live, please do that so that once we get that posted, it'll still be, 22, 23 hours left for people to check that out. We love Andy, and Andy loves foil. Absolutely. Please don't get 4K. 4K is a bit much. 4K really is a bit much, especially with what I like to do with lights and colors down here. 4K probably wouldn't work as well as I would think, as well as it might. It's really dark down here. I have lights cranked, and because I like to wear black sweatshirts and black hoodies, and this looks really dark, and you pretty much just get to see my face. And that's 4K probably wouldn't do very well down here. I love neon lights. I should get a neon sign. That'd be pretty dope too. But yes, Geek Aficionado, thanks for the great content, brother. Thanks for the $4.99 super chat. That's going to go to the Tell Valhalla project here soon when we can get that all together. And Paul Dunn is dropping that Indiegogo link in the chat right now. Paul, thank you. Make sure y'all hit right click, open a new tab for that one. Check out that video and check out Vito's mom on Hector. There you go. Here comes Calico 3. So there it is in the chat, and we will get that posted or pinned in the comments down below here soon after that. I would rather get 4 cakes. 4 cakes. Cake sounds really good, actually, man. Please. Oh, I get it. Oh, sleeper dad joke right there. Sleeper dad joke. You beat me to it, Paul. Absolutely. Sleepy Reader says, LOL. 4 cakes would be better. Yeah, it would, especially chocolate. Thanks for the support. Thank you again, Sigma. Please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and being a regular part of Mondays and Wednesdays if the live streams are appropriate for your schedule. And if not, catch the replays, and please help share this out. It's a ton of fun watching this grow. I cannot wait to put together the 2,000 subscriber giveaway because I'm looking for a big boy book for this. As much as I think it'd be cool to give away a slab isn't quite a blue chip key. I am looking for a big boy book to give away for the 2,000 subscriber. I really am. Can't thank you guys enough. Don't forget to follow on Whatnot for when we get ready to do another auction after Motor City. There'll be probably 1 or 2 more auctions between Motor City and C2E2 coming up here. So if you like being able to use Instagram for comic books and then check out YouTube for comic books, Whatnot is a great mashup of the two where you can at 24 hours a day go live and pick up comic books auction style or buy it now style there. And the community is growing tremendously over there from YouTube and IG, and it's been a ton of fun. I know Wednesday nights Comic Tom and the group over there have a ton of great content going on right now, so I'm going to check those out next and support them as well. Seawater 19 is in the house, man. Wish I could see you at Motor City Comic Con, but I at least hope to see you at C2E2 this year. Absolutely, man. We need a greatest comic book show reunion show. Just saying. Come on, Mama's right. John's Comics with Kids, if you're still in here. And I know Comics with Explain is here. Yes, we do need that. That would be great. So not another Slabaganza. I'm not saying there won't be another Slabaganza. I'm just saying that maybe I put together my own mystery box situation that is a 2,000 subscriber giveaway that's mystery boxes with a big boy book, and then call that a Slavaganza giveaway. Because what I did at the last Slavaganza was darn near almost a mystery box situation. But yes, once again, thank you, everybody. We love New Comic Book Day. We love comic books. And this connective tissue that is comic books is fantastic, right? It brings us all together every week, multiple times a week on many different channels and many different information, many different infrastructures and locations. But the most important part all the time are all of you for being here, for commenting, for talking, sharing your opinions, buying what you love, and then loving what you buy. Supporting this channel, supporting many other channels, hanging out on IG, hanging out at conventions. You guys are the most important part all day, every week. But you know what else is really important? As I go peace out, I go pinkies out. Catch you all on the flip side for the next video. But you know what else is also really important? Stay original and take care of each other. See y'all next time.
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.
Excuse me while I change. The roller boogie has made me sweaty. Yeah, sweaty. I love gold. I love gold. I love gold. I love gold.